Biachimu Biakwaba on one sports station happy 98.9 FM on Team Radio. Small Moshemo TV so Suma Kwaba where ETV Ghana. Of course, a Thursday morning, the when say in the past 2 weeks, the IN say you have the area Kukudam, Eba studio, and you bedin komo efa Ghana, ya humbo boy and a African yina humbo boy a World Cup. No, indeed, ya pese Ghana yard, ya pese Africa yard, the entire total organization there. I share the best practices, the best way are you bet me abwa. Ama a national teams Kwafi World Cup so no etimi ayade. Indeed, it's very exciting a conversation and eba up way from the journalistic perspective. The Asia nkomo ye die and ye nam for any the yakasa experience at the various World Cups no. E die na fi betimi aye aboa ama of course Ghana your participation at this year's World Cup no etimi CP esita. Na ya avoid any maybe yeah TCC our World Cup ni msempe ni fo ehemu ha asemba ko edom akoma so pa afibia no omuni yen eka ho asem say dey na in public interest in public good ade na journalist betimi aka ewo blasters camp ade na ontimi nka na mani nyina no na yebesua ade wo ho yebehwe of course the preparations from the administrative perspective, from the technical perspective 26 months squad that ben kra na eba players ben every more players ben wo mu nyina ho komo yebedi ewo dwumadi eso ntimi sire wo amenyi wo fidie no emfemfi ETV anase happy FM say eni mpanimfo ahodo na ebedi nkomo ewo dwumadi eso ma me na eye maboafo me sponsors ase say eni omatimi make it possible ma eni mpanimfo yi etimi hyemu a yedi nkomo ewo dwumadi eso ma me fa eye sekese ma Sukasa Properties almost say building on trust Achimota Mall, Liberty Industries, Fido, Microcredit, and a Kololo Impressions. Look at it, Munina Bois, Ahmed Jumedi, Abra. Mamma me home rasima, na me pow me beja for Eddie and Shell over Jumedi so. Welcome back from the break. We a happy sports dialogue. World Cup Series and a bro live on radio on Happy 98.9 FM and live on TV on ETV Ghana. Of course, but you are joining you so live on our social media platforms on our YouTube channel, Happy TV and also ETV on YouTube and also live on Facebook on Happy 98.9 FM and also via ETV's Facebook account. But you are joining or catch you no catch you and say you no live for me. And now, of course, let me introduce my guest this morning to you on the show. On my immediate left, will be my friend senior, called Asma, Jumedi Eso, editor, author of many books, a sports journalist with many years of experience in this noble profession. What books be brave? In fact, introducing our world champions and writing a lot of literature in boxing, of course. The last one, the name of Samuel Hobby, me copy. And for Jan, so far, volume 1, volume 2, in review. Now, you know, to mention the boxing. And Kwasma, guest on our sports dialogue. I quite about you, my so.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think you know, the Otua Kwasma saw Yankasa and Che, no Kasama, the Ghana Football Association. Maybe a Ghana sports journalist, be able to do no Wakohaba, the BBC, award-winning sports journalist. Ibrahim Sani Dara is my guest on the sports dialogue. Of course, Sani, no Achimo Wakohaba, you made so.
Yeah, bring
champion, it's been a while.
I'm so who I have, I'm so Sika 7 cost Rukakra.
Debbie, and Kosukra.
Edina baby, I want to see my bumpire, my wife.
You can send pounds in the anchor in Humberto Pass.
Say pounds no cry go.
Indeed, Sanidara or Jumedi so Bekasa from the vast experience of war in major tournaments such as the World Cup. Of course, on Zoom, Dr. Godfrey Akoto Boafo, a member of the city CBS or a lecturer, of course, a sports journalist with many years of experience in covering major tournaments. And then I'll share that memorable experience or South Africa 2010. Baniseno or Tan and Muano Usu. Then by Antiano Usu or Becani. Of course, John Motri as super joining live on Zoom here on the show. But for Mama about you, so.
Yeah.
First of all, Sonny, I mean, you said team every pay you going to the tournament, you can clearly see it from based on your experience. How do you find our preparations going to this year's World Cup?
Well, my dream is yen preparation yi enye normal. If you say tournament na kasa no enye normal tournament. Nka no nka sesebere kura ka ya ball World Cup no kura wie. But amanaba ne say tournament no ye born no November no ntino. Niema e wo say mpedifo timi tutu nyina ne preparation wo say nya no. Nyina ye disturbed. Cause nka na ebe hia bebre say America kra be say 2 weeks bi na players no camp. But sesebere na sese no on benya 1 week per
7 days.
And no difference back no. But another difference woman so na eye ni je sem ne say experiences na yanya we chire no. Em say mpedifo omo tesu sese ano omo sua fi sa experiences no mu na omo tutu niema yie ama na ko nkae no ka yemfa ne say ka sese bre no budget nsem agin sem kra ye ka ho asem e ka ho dede mi wa no ne ye bi wa bebre ne say e bia ye ma blaster budget be say 4 million na 5 million bi na dani kasa bebre mi wa oko other ministries ye kwa akoye one road per budget ne be say $100 million and de obi anti wasem ayese football na ye need that so na yes why I football say to me understand say radio stations the media interest no small football mu yie pa ofa no sports afemu a any other industries na oko radio station be a Happy FM say e be a business program no e ba akopɛ but sports program ya no pa na enwumre de bia oko environmental program ni ebi kra ni radio station so ni other ministries other sectors nyina and into pressure ni nyina akogu football no so say ya tam Ghana sika nyina na ye de ama football meanwhile other sectors na the idea the other time me kai be say 4 years ago time a debate be say 8 years ago time a debate a budget no cost and I'm sure madam for be no ye adwuma wo Ministry of Finance and I say adena nkrofo ka budget fear na muka munim budget ye di ma other sectors of the economy na sika fear na ye ka enukre brenye enukre adenti na enukre eye government a said yes sports no be funding but Ghana for no so no eto de bia particularly ye media for no ye nye ntutu ye ni ye man in top public na so mu say football no a separate industry odi tutu internationally unti asie ana uye local uti Ghana hana uwo hanomu a ento wasumu efise yemfa ne se uye Ghana ni na opese otu kwan ko yemfa ne se Tunisia ubefa Sky ode ubefa Lome ukodu Lome na ode wako ebia Algeria answer na wakwa do ubefa economy ba uye footballer na ukosi aka ya ewo national team eni ukwan se obe na sa adenti because players na ye wono obi our standards team a obono unim se oko by even commercial flight bona other business class on fatro kwan no sa enkodu honomo
also physically
obedu honomo no ebedu 2 days answer na wa recover
sure
only akra onene bono ono afa chartered flight we do honomo there have been instances po nkrofo ba bebo match wo kromu ha omudu jaye if you said they ye nam trotro kwan so a ye ba and it upesa o team ni ye yi a standards na ma sa teams akese no omu ye we no e wo say ye tumi sua na ye de ma omu and it na eto de bi players no ba omu feel say bi a yen organization and tisa ne wo omu elsewhere and it no mu complaining but the fact no so no say yen so wo say hwe ye botomu asem because yen sika sem no enoso so ubema na ate ase say where you koye ni say ne boy din ma o man no. So we need to get the balance. Okay. But ye pese ye ya de na ye koye ni mu pa de a ene I was say nia ye omo ye MPS no ye tibi abi. Morocco for a ye kan Africa for say Morocco for a ye kan almost settle 2 chartered flights and a team nechi. A bema team na sumdwe. Omunsuo, omeduane, omubia bakuda playing bakumu. And a squad no bakuda playing bakumu. Because omu perceptive ni ye. But where you can catch regan and ni pass udi way near senior, you know,
near this current economic challenges.
We are seeing Muko Kawe, Obibeku.
Yeah.
Aha, but I was say journalists no ye media for no. I was say to me church room. Sure. Say, oh, but they say, Obo Asna. Oh, to me, if I don't got na
economy.
Emma enko do honomo. Obedu honomo now I bre. Uruguay for no ube 2 and no. Now, what about 3? First 15 minutes.
Sunny, hold on, mommy. Now, me introduce 2 of our panelists. Jumedi so Aziz, having a footer, our kind of Jumedi so national coordinator of the national New Patriotic Party, the NPP. But besides that, a founding member of the musical chapter founding member of supporters organizing your own supported Black Stars there. Omo and the chassis or memo ha. Ubu na a brand tinting gram we na or shijama stance mu na say accompanied by has game bia just say na didn't pa on the way to winning the league mu say honorable in shirt or VIP or shijama sana say VIP ho nyina as say chairman a kind that demo I see that for time work over you so we be able to fantastic Mamenko Zoom so na me and welcome Dr. Godfrey Akoto-Boafo also joining via Zoom on the show. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Brenya. Mamincha Omon Mushe and Amincha Vinyan Mongo Studio.
Maminda say Wajimre any edin how busy you are and we are so grateful. We don't take that for granted, Doc.
Miss Medas pass or Miss Akuni, your opportunity, I mean, me nobody come off a ball on the other say. The mayor be draw the mayor draw.
See, Doc, football people nibi. Everything or Division 2 team. Our boy in a regional Division 2 league. Or I for player.
Division 3.
Or I for player. Say there's a bonus and say or yeah there. Because supporters in thanks to Godfrey Akoto-Boafo. But obviously people say what really happened in 2010 in the tunnel as Samoja and say penalty no. There na two.
Me throw book now.
But for that, let me give you a gist. And you see your pa. Anyways, we are getting for you to join us. Not signing on the floor. Let me pick the thought of Aziz. Sunny, I'll come back to you again. And Eko Asma and Afi Godfrey on the initial comment. Now you can get to serious business in the done. And I'll come to you. I'll come to you later.
That's right.
Aziz, in Chinwaba, and now for say, over Bram, a year bread power crew had ya, and you can say, on mine, and the supporters call support the team no in Qatar. Also, you did support the circle.
Oh, as a supporter, first of all, Michia,
you see, me, I can because me na advantage called 2006 in Germany, we called 2010 in South Africa,
2014 in Brazil.
2014 in Brazil. Meet my catcher will say all this World Cup. Abai and for Bianco. All that they do in 2006, me take it and me made a coin. Any supporters I had your coin in it is then Ariba.
MTN. And then MTN.
And then the supporters
coin. Okay.
What Abai does is sports minister contract all these big companies to support never fans.
Echo.
And they say aban no, to say na situation aye wo mu. Awo wi asema e bia ka Ghana yi. Na ka say aban e de ne nsa.
Yakobo omansikem.
Akobo omansikem no di ska. E de abasa e for supporter. It has never done. Baby, this is what we do. You can ask. It's from the corporate organizations. Na we di kakraba, na we di kakraba, na we di kakraba, na we di kakraba na de ko. Supporters is very important. Sani waha, my senior brother Eko waha. They can bear witness. You see, World Cup is a different atmosphere. The first time I call 2006 World Cup. Me as a fan no krano. Ghana and Italy.
First game of the World Cup.
Krana I confused because it's my first time seeing Cannavaro.
Yeah. Perlo. Lucatoni
Muni.
Matarazzi
Muni we muni na I see Andre Perlo say me now I'm his #1 fan. I follow him. So my first time in me refi ba drum krana me.
Ejima also close to the referee.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Me refi krana me he say, "Hey. So these are the guys." You see, but later on, Sani said he'll bear as witness. Because the white, the way they support, uti ubinche kurasa unti the voice.
They didn't know.
But the players, it is very important, say, they will see a Ghana flag
in the stands.
Omu peja omu tia. So let me die for these people. So it is very important. Say supporters must be there. And you say, me a supporter and I make kasa. But ibimuna omuyi omuhuesio. We have more than 30-something million Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And ibimoyi omuhuesio say, yeah no, maybe a blasters beko, maybe a football beko, maybe a athletics beko, maybe a we be a sports in general, beko biano, yeah they beko support. You see, so I think say when he does a bigger stage, they have to go. And let's correct the narrative. He said there's any cano. You see, the media should know. Say, look, in 2014, NDC never, Mr. Mahama never put his hand on the Ghanaian coffers and say, oh, this cat, everybody I call World Cup. Mills didn't do that.
But I think in 2014, they did a bit of state funding. Because the Commission of Inquiry report now, that is when they recommended, say, henceforth, based on the sea in Brazil and T, ma buying and for support is uncle. So, he can only facilitate to the corporate entities. But I think that they've done that in bits and pieces. But sometimes, you remember, say, Ghana are buying, the president of the republic has said, 25 million. Or no, a seed money of 10 million.
To support the Black Stars.
To support the Black Stars. But still, it's kind of so, we understand ma. And when it is getting closer, you have to find ways of getting supporters there. Mukai per diem in some, in Nuanen. So one way or the other, the state comes in to support, but not entirely say ni na no na
yeah. Oh, on my opinion, offer ebia Ghana companies.
Yeah,
akese na. Say omuntumi ma metna ho ensori kwa.
Yeah.
Now they are disready to omunim say. Baby I do new. Young Crawford so yen to be in fact team no 11 players no Caulfield no so sa. And young ma deja musa. And into mumbo mode a mumwa mumfa kakramra. GMPC ni mufamra. MTN mu GN sika bebre dollar mu de cost out mu fa bimra. We no mu fa bimra. So edu sam pempen so no na o man panyin from one. E bia na omo boaboa no. No omo de apia supporters nichi. Yeah, baby. Niazize can say, you see, we neglect a lot of the time. Only Madianti at Liverpool. Didn't pass over to me or Anfield. Obia what call Anfield or TA on Bomodia, on friend on country. A honor intimidating. And our players no so to say senior Aziz kind who say supporters no Ghana for e wo ho no ma e show mo cry bebre me kai time I say wo Chelsea no na boy beat corner bi or the corner
they be the Ghana flag above. It was the corner side of the
be say who Ghana flag na o say ade na ginger me say minyasa and nti sa boy no Asian de ne fa adamfo e make sure say sa sport no Chelsea for no eja ticket hono mo ma no say obetumi the Ghana flag na to hono mo e ma sa de ya enye kwa o e wo mfaso bebredi ba President Kufuor kan bibi Ghana for to de bia ye nim bibia bo na eni be ho mfaso.
That's right.
We know the cost
of everything, the
of
value
everything,
of nothing.
but we don't know the value of anything. They be ya disika egum ya disika, but ade nso a nkrofo ye adwuma wo mu. Omo nya Ghana fo ibi. Ye nkola ye omo kwa kosi akan bi. Omo ye footballers. Ye fa no say nkola kosi akan, ye hwa players value as it stands now. Ye be call World Cup aba no. Ube party say omo tua ne be 100,000 a week. Ye be 200,000. 200,000. You better call a cap abano, bet say, ya two ni sikenu. Akwa do ebia 500. Na 500 di, krobo eduma se 4 year, ni nuanu mo hon. Na nsen year or two sikebi, e mani omu se, omu nya trouble kakra ho. Enya mfaso ibie ni. Ena ya o sisi ni wo Ghana ni eduma hudu a obie, enya Ghana for ibia na or employee. Enti unemployment issue. You know, near my being what we are seeing now. So these are some of the benefits. And here, Bebre say, bet to me, I can. Obi crowd, or time I'm in university or UK. First day I call you, not ye introduce you. Me sorry, now you call World Cup that. Me sorry, I'm a boy, me di Ibrahim Sani Ghana. Obi tia any more bizarre Guyana. Me see that in Ghana, also on TV that. And it was a lot of the class, no. Microphone be bring Ghana that. After years later, I feel school honomono. Ghana call World Cup about first match, you know. Madam Fubi Arjun Liu, or yeah, the head of the Chinese news agency, say, offer me, Ibrahim, is that your
country? Where do you stand in all of this?
I'm in full support, but it has to be regulated.
Okay.
You know, you say your territory, lawlessness no does.
Okay.
But in the U.S., it's not U.S. or Kromhorn, 17 years. Now, and me appreciate the rule of law.
Okay.
I dear friend and bra. I yet de keke, so tiasia. Yen Ghana had in tiasia. But because of your culture, unsa hano ahimfo, nyade, omonomo, adida bibia,
opinion leaders.
But the society no, embra na yo hene.
Okay.
Onye nipa na yo hene. So na mche no enye nipa na ye ohene nipa anya ohene nipa shembra na shembra na ye ohene enti anama yetimi nya because yesusu no enye embra na ye ohene ye ha na nipa na ye ohene enti it will take a while ansa na yatimi akache a embra no ye nya shembra na wo ye hwan obedi so wo ye hwan obedi so but still what or ye insider training oko jail
yeah
ska no wo no gaminim Ghana for mo saka o no bi oboko jail no bia no also same ra no anu na beboa ha na say na musical me fo aso say supporters there because at one time I'm say Andre are you one time we make a statement be time na you call Brazil buyer
now Uganda or the buyer supposed to
yes now or can be say fans ni ho no how because we say nothing no munya affection after 2014 when say some nothing go be a
ebu omo na
I say affect them because who say your body so now they tap into sa font of energy no
yeah
the one say some of we mean no maba and make me ho
Yeah.
onim already say obeba Ghana onim so obeku no dada onim dada but different kind of energy obenya or stance no
Different.
I said tamani e contact ko now amanfo budget
True. Now go farm.
True.
Yes.
Bema Johnny na manu body transformation.
Enti anu de.
Oh, Johnny, I'm breaking 100 meters world records.
A former sports minister, Esiama.
Yes, yeah, as you can
Now,
say.
one time I call parliament, them some vetting, no, can't say no, to him cry, say, found who need not to fall. We were just Yama, so on the channel. Sa energy, no, as you seen, Sky ever promise athlete. As you say, no, sa energy, so say, Niamin Crawford, everybody missouri. I say, you are a picture, village setting, so what village? Now, village in another village, but now who can't top level, no, now. I'm for a barbage now would dig game your body also so on the channel sa bragging right no so when I would now want my move kwama no sa energy no e so sin bibia nti anu de me for so 1,000%, but another mechanic has to be regulated, and then you made reference to a white paper and document yeah embra or say to me this when you say your preparation yeah shasi enter
Sure.
Yes, because I will come back your man paying Nanado. I promise you the 10 million will contribute there. I target to 25 million. A good on the part of Mustafa issue. Because Mimi who said a on initiative. Yeah. Because now a Siama as a Siama but Manti Bisa. It's if you buy a pen of tea into himself or no initiative. He's doing well. He's himself initiative. But if you can consider Dihu Juman Temp. Because of since I can't out now. Bian says Yan. Can you by now can you ever discuss say oh you from Kwana you from Kodono you conclude the white people and say ma buying yet send a friend Aziz kind that are be not majority of the time of the funds from the higher percentage from corporate world the now say be so near yen in term by now there will be no question of say send your fanko say yen Kwana yanko by now we should be talking about say yen for saying yanko yen for 1,000 yanko na 2,000 you can say a last AFCON Algeria for Egypt Egypt do quarter finals
almost do final yeah
do quarter finals almost 70% of the coin semi final almost do final the thousands in the coin on mine will spare no expense to go because I say walk up battlefield with the greatest enemy now winning. I said, I know, scarce someone them.
Hold on, so quick one. Yeah. On your ecokai concerning Egypt, no, and yeah, Egypt and Kwa. Now, many tips in the Juma direct. Yes. On the boy, man, yes, a team say, almost the supporters. It was not only Egypt, Algeria, Senegal, all the other countries, no. Tournament no come anymore.
Then they fly.
No, fly.
All right, my uncle Godfrey Akotoboa for via Zoom. Doc, now talk about the rule of law and doing this in a very regulated manner. And so him say politicians, do what day Doc, I won't call for you, but how do we do it in such a way, say, and yes, sir, will be taking advantage to get their people in there. About that's why now opposition for say and the SUN support to Crebion. How do we do it across? I am also aware that slotting become opposition party for Libya, especially people in parliament.
Nobody even take party people.
Oh,
2006.
Hold on. It's a statement of fact. Politicians don't move.
I'm not your supporter.
Maybe a supporter. And there be a supporter. I'm a politician.
Okay.
What am I say? 2006. Yeah. Mekoye. Yeah. Now MPP in our power. 2010. NDC in our power. Mekoye. 2014. NDC in our power.
I don't want to get into why some supporters hold on. I don't want to get into the situation say you ever go into why some supporters group egu in the last 8 years. And for another day. But Doc, how do we do this so that you break any laws? We do this in a very unified manner. So that when we say o man no eko ye nyina ekwa support the Blacks of Ghana Doc.
Well, a bedding, and operations, no, your democracy, no, your rule of law, no. But what do you mean, Kaka? But what do you mean, Kaka?
But sir, you bet me I raise the volume of Dr. Kotoboa for sound of course all Kasabeti NT. I'm sure it's the network. Dog, but what do you mean? Supposed to abwa ama ye do baby e do, but we do it in a very organized manner so that people will not feel rejected and the politics of it also no unity memo.
And then I say, we hope somebody may cafe.
Yeah, I see it unka. Yeah, pa.
Okay, all right. And then I can say, many a koyaki, say, ye na penny say, and keep a co op and ye na to be supporting your mind. Nan ko mine no so den say to be a na or the aboying. Especially because Ghana, which me I say, yenye scaffold. Unlike a lot of other countries, na mko work up. Yeah, omakasa omo crop for between a chia. We share Argentina. Let's see what cap tickets. Them some more chain will be last week. Now me share report be almost 5,000 or 6,000 Argentines already. Omo Qatar as we speak. Qatar now a day between us spending $200 just for a place to sleep. Argentina for no fit last week. How much Chile did that? Omo build the atmosphere. No, so our system no a be need a ha. But you to create a system a better prevent abuse or can in the money heading kakra. Say media to say a buying no better say oh be the way you come if way go. That person will always have suspicion behind and it's the na way call and way uncle. Why need genuine supporter and why they need genuine supporter and sometimes Sadia Mano and Nidia Nankasa, the genuine feeling of football the free up. It's in the Minya Nanka, you bet to me and I think the governments have been doing it. But before the war, no, me said they need to say, no, through the level, sophisticated enough where you between a user and your money free. Say, oh, you chama where I call and I will go. And I disagree with Aziz Kakra. In the enemy, of course, when it comes to these things, let's not paint a different picture. A significant level of political activity when it comes to some of these things. Let's not beat about the bush.
All right, go for it. You share how we've prepared administratively in terms of the planning, right from friendly games, Ayabo, and we are getting to the team itself and our preparations. With the first part in the Betomu. Are you happy about how we've prepared the team in terms of the administrative bits of it?
Me to be complaining. When you may be a pursuer and said that my circumstances be out of your control. And said that you know World Cup to say that you're going to World Cup in November. Unfortunately for us, so World Cup now be Emira after as a year to your national team. You're free. Emira be a national team. No one pen so be. I feel like yes, because recently as early as February, you free AFCON in the first round. Very disgraceful performance. Ghana performing basa sada. Inti I feel like a national team year to national team ye man a bit in a year. And I World Cup we a bit in it. And my preparation is difficult because how many matches now between your players in the experience, a best significantly between February and November same as compared to the 2 or 3 years. Administratively, I feel that there isn't much between timing and in favor. I think that when it comes to the planning, friendly matches in Nicaragua and not about leadership, 2 friendly matches, yeah boy. You see in Switzerland another match and yeah boy. But as to whether I know enough to make us prepared for this World Cup, I don't really blame the administrative side. And I said, person make us say, oh, administratively, or a mistake. I think that timing, unfortunately, this is one of the worst timing in the history of your football in the sense, say, your national team is in a year. And your national team, you grab it 3 or 4 years ago. But yes, sure, Sanka, you may be saying our questions because he said a national team request certain pedigree players, no question notice. But a national team request is here now. A lot of the boys, if they require your first major tournament. Almost share that experience tournament in the sense of tournament. People are aware the second. The most experienced players in the team are Andre, Jordan, for now. I need some year concert. Any Richard Ofori, if he makes the squad, really Thomas Partey. But even in the true sense of Black Stars, Dan Lamate so in a squad of 26, in a squad of 26, not 5 per any crowd a certain level of tournament experience. Now, when they compare Oma and Bono, most of them, those who are termed as favorites, I'm not even talking about a bit to say Qatar and I say winner. You look at our national team and relatively, inexperienced, and that is where our football is. Your football to that point where there were a lot of young players. I feel now imagine Kamal D. Suleiman 21, 22, Mohamed Kudus 22, Baba Idrisu 24 or so, and there's Nyama Mubo Nidi, Afinajan, Omnayan Kala, Tariq Lamti 22. You understand? A lot of the key components now, Ebemon, Afina, or more experienced in football. I think it's timing, no, and India, unfortunately, two things are World Cup, no, unusual timing, no, and unfortunately, so about 2 years at a time, Ghana national team, Afina, year to the full never high but administrative wise, there, I don't really think that we have done anything wrong. Dear.
All right, go for me. That's my member in studio. I mean, Mbuja for Squadron chair or how we've prepared. With barely 2 weeks to the World Cup. My message is for your Aziz preparation so far. Are you convinced? Say yeah,
and Ukraine I'm saying my colleagues are saying. In fact, this team, my experience of following the Black Stars, this team needs time.
Sure.
Me expect to say they will go and be scoring and qualify. I think it's an advantage and it's a stage for them to build the team for another
competition.
Because boys are more free in it is true. Apart from the Danny Jordan, none of them has played a World Cup before.
Yeah.
And that stage is different. It's the biggest stage in. So we should give the coach time and the technical team for them to at least select the best team for us and go and represent. I say but one thing more problem on is on the coach.
Okay. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. But what's
okay.
No, you go ahead.
You see the coach because it is up to now. Crown on any team
Yes, the last game will be on the weekend of the 14th.
Is Dortmund bigger than Ghana? Black Stars. Why? This is some things SSA especially the GFA. Yes, we agree. Say only I qualify. I mean Nigeria, I watched the team. Yes, the team played well.
Both in Kumasi
and
Abuja.
In Abuja. I was there. I watched. I support. You see, but the kind of preparation that we need, you take a certain assignment. Oh man, all full way and sana Ghana a kind of substitute for you. I don't think that is a right approach for Ghana now. Ghana is a very big football country. That is why I call AFCON in Cameroon. Young qualifier than in news the whole world. Everybody, every country is laughing at us. And we have to take it serious.
Main try to explain me am I be do some pepper so. You know I say you call AFCON by no. You who say your team no. Na Adija. Yeah. Now was say to me started. I feel so no sometimes no a here say the historical perspective no beka ho na yanyante ase ni enti ayaba be do some pempo so yi. And enti you do some no and my federation no who say look say from now until time I be qualifiers no ye kwa coach fufro a be high and bebre. I didn't say then ye be sure obia onim team no mo inside out. Otoado as a player In fact, inside our world team, perhaps better than all the coaching options. First of all, since 2006, or a player, 2010, now I know I share all any football career. Now, or scouting. 2014, or a scout, my team. Chief scout, my team. And you hear Bebre, no, so they say, what can I say? Throughout that competition, at that time, the only team to me holding Germany, Ghana, no, in charge of scouting Germany for the Ghana national team.
Sani.
I feel years no, or years we no, na or assistant coach to Northern and or called Dortmund. And in Tina, a man ban say, for the Nigeria task, there are 2 matches.
Yeah.
So a bet to me about say, you bet to be an ye, and I ye. And in Tiampa Obia, and when you year, bet to be a ye, Jumano. Say bet to be a possible, say bet to me a qualification. And papa buy, or buy and so no, Yamia Adom. Nia, a Maya who say, or bet to me a buano, a man who see ye. Honestly, between us, yen nine say na Nigeria for no way nim bebre.
Yeah.
Ubo we are now about play di na ama wakumetu.
A match require lucky, Sani.
As
you say, lucky.
Oh, lucky.
Strategy and luck.
Oh, luck. I mean, Nigeria. Luck.
We're qualified.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Enough of what Nigeria almost
Yes.
2 weeks. Nigeria former FA president. Me no know. Say this wahala na you Ghana na you cause out for me.
No, I agree, Sani.
The woman in this, and then from then to the World Cup, time in him. Not only that, but the backroom staff for we have an English Premier League coach our backroom staff. Honestly, apart from Avram Grant, our Ghana, and then stature of coach Ninya. You Didi Dramani, you George Boateng. You to be a combination of these brains, and don't forget. Baby auto wano. Nyema bebre or every team no honomo. Emane boa Black Stars. Bebre, even in tactical analysis.
Oh,
yes.
Sani.
Oh yes.
How?
But I'm coming to that. Neya bebre
So it's in school there.
Who's it?
Oko school.
Oh, maybe.
Dortmund.
Oh, the Oko school found by.
No. What he's saying is that he's learning from there.
He's learning from there too.
No. I'm saying, sir, there are lots of things we benefit from the Dortmund.
Such
Such as Obiti said, one of the physical trainers, Bugri.
Athletics coach.
Athletic coach, Bugri. Or a Ghana near Obama, Germany. Almost the also appear.
To what
so
effect?
they are.
The band on the mind.
Oh,
he's part of the technical team now.
Technical team.
But the band on the mind.
Before the friendly matches.
We requested that something on the mind.
Oh, sir.
On the mind.
And for one, you know whether you requested
for free.
Okay, but you're back now at T40.
Now, near Kosono, no, so they say. In this moment, all the foreign coaches start in Yano. Bring her. Your ball and not a then complain, Pani. Your ball, we are normal call.
Now, who need pay what you are?
Who say?
What are you chroma?
So what is the difference?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
But the difference is that even though they are not here, their
will-
prime occupation
Yes.
is now focused on the Black Star.
Now,
Now our coach will be released on the 14th, and they on the final game weekend and Sanwaba. Ideally, it should be there preparing
the team,
arrangement and everything
and
for
then
the team.
preparation. What coach no be ya otun to me necessary.
But when you say it's not ideal because they Oye doesn't manage.
I agree, sir.
It's not an ideal situation.
I agree, sir, and yet the perfect situation. But position I who and the money kobasa. And mind you, our contract with Ghana up till when?
The end of the
31st December.
Exactly. So it must tell you, sir, there were circumstances.
Because also Dortmund contract.
Exactly.
And it is not ready to forgo
The
Dortmund.
There be some sign new contract with Dortmund.
Was I?
It is not ready.
Now, Aziz, kaya wu akaunya sa. Sikami ya bebre singa na dia no. Eye mo.
Ghana gave him that
Job security.
Ghana gave him
Okay.
that
And he also brought his talent.
Hold on.
He
hold
also
on.
The
brought
Black Stars.
he also brought Ghana
Sonny,
an opportunity.
Sonny, hold
but
on.
he also brought his talents on board.
Yes.
And in your fan no onye coach be a yes be a ordinary coach. Time I hear man the contract in na and consensus you were here.
Sonny, hold on.
At this last minute,
Oh, hold
and I
on.
hear
Hold
Bisa
on.
say we.
What we've always argued, they say, nobody's asking him to leave Dortmund.
Yeah.
But who couldn't we have negotiated, say, he will leave and come in time, since he's not the head coach, he's not assistant coach.
Me feel say.
He's just a part-time coach at
Me
the
feel
moment.
say.
Echo.
You blame Otuado.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, take a good decision.
Okay.
Okay. Great job, I know, yeah. Me no, I thank him very much, sir Otuado. And you're not here and call Cup. In my estimation,
No, she good.
me say on your Otuado and
He's
here
just part of it.
Yeah.
and you're and you're on your part of it.
Coach's part.
And Team Winia a coach. Team Luzua a coach. Period.
Yeah.
Oh, they be asa.
The yeah, and on our one,
Just say,
me say,
they be
Don't
asa.
asa.
say Team Winia.
They be asa. And a team lose, so I did blame
Team
coach.
Winia. Me
Anna,
myself
Owinia
na
anyway.
make
Okay, so was it for him?
Me myself na make Team Winia
Yeah.
a coach.
Oh, this is a coach.
Olususu a coach. Emre any Ghana be Nigeria for be born. Ebinum kura na mo pese mo be tie match no. So Ghana for say Black Stars there. Ambo ma hat take and pass them. Yen tie commentary mpo. Yen hwe o TV so. Ye woni anu maka kire. Bebre yem hihye mo command dai. Ye num say ye wu ani. Ana ye woni ye board draw goalless wo Kumasi. And ye ball 1-1 wo Nigeria. Ya woni. E yo no ana anti ne ye ko Germany. Ye ko Qatar. Enka yen ko bi ketifie ye ni ngwase e ko to yon Cameroon. Ni nyina coaching asem you offer the right coach pay. Because because Kent Mukofa Milo by. You can watch some say Milo watch na fear for the longest time on coachy. Last time baby walk cry pamono.
Even Otuado Nkofo can.
Meba. And you know it was wrong say and ye di Milo beko Cameroon. Ye kan ye new market. Ye untie and okwa na koji ni Masters of disasters. Ye konya. Great. Introduce me who say Masters of disasters. And to master mo ba na say one hwan kan ntama hwa na ye konya disaster. To so yiro ho ka. Keto eminua. Say ne san eminua. Me kan na bufu kra it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But say be ya dachi. Ya konya disaster bia ha. So na me tell.
So who is the masters of disaster?
Anya catch ya. Come administration ya. Masters of disaster.
Oh, football.
Because how say tio asam to Qatar. Abetu Sani.
Of course.
Aha. So na me tell no. Wo so sa.
Yeah.
Abaka say wo ko nya onua na Aziz ko yese. Brenya ko yese wo so kan bi.
Me I support.
Don't forget say administration Mr. Joe Fonko. GFA Central Fonko.
It's true.
Katekreku. Prosper Harrison Ado.
And we are starting to
And Asante Chumo on your member.
Yeah,
and
on
Kasamo
staff, yeah.
And a doctor, or the saying,
Randy Abbey.
Randy Abbey. Central Fonko. It's Jeff away, almost a moon, I'm saying all the other Jeffs.
Okay.
Oh, you know, one chain now offer wrong choice in here. Disaster by. And Otuado, dear no. Kate got it right. Against Nigeria, no. Obia say, or a trainer scout, and I go for fine. But he got the job done. But I think it should have ended there.
Okay.
Maybe I ain't Ghana on mine, maybe you ain't mistaken. Sir, because me not sure say Otuado was even keen on continuing. Don't me the Dortmund job, no. Nyadia, he was in danger of losing the job, but he wanted to secure it. I'm sure sir, he knew sir was going to do a stopgap job. He did it. Thank you very much. And Ukran was here pay 100, at least $500,000 demand because you're qualifying to you better $12 million.
Yeah.
And the crap.
So let me tell you, a specialist job, 2 matches.
But
While qualifying to Ghana Benya minimum $12 million.
It's a mission.
It is based on based
on 12 million.
Based on job or year, you know. Or some man bear 10%. 10% they 1.2. And 2 months 10% now man 5%. 500,000. Thank you job. You don't quite. Now omo mo bo anu so mo certain
severance package
percentages be amo. Time vision ko say empa ho she emphasize as kind man empa ho omo panyin nanado $500,000. Thank you job. Because anki an kokra. Because on qualify me ekoyi politicians be benefit wo ho. I'm for credit, been credit kind, been so I pack my bags by now because of what I do. On the cover, Dennis Odoy by. Dennis Odoy near Tienica. He cut off Simon. Who cut it off Simon? I know one on Nigeria attack no dead. And yet Dennis Odoy confirmed about what by say, Ulma will deliver the ball of a boy. He cut off Simon, or cut it off Simon and one into Nigeria, and went to me. Master, and you are qualifying to only the enemy. If you say, they be a minor year mistake, and say, your man it was so after Nigeria, because you're Jan Pine near Dana no call.
All right, Mammy, call back to the Zoom conversation. I'll come to you, Aziz. Hold on, Mammy. General Mochi are joining Jumedian, so Dr. Gofra Kotuba was the order. General, Mammy Aquaba. General, good morning. General, what do you mean, good morning?
Yeah, good morning, Bringer.
Well, that's why joining via Zoom.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And good morning to my senior colleagues in the studio.
But before we about home, I mentioned the thought of Godfred and some about how on the Otoado situation. Okay, Jerome, I'm going to thought on it. Jerome, the situation that when there's nothing we can do about it, but a bit more high in terms of our performance at the World Cup, the technical structure, and how we prepared ourselves to the World Cup.
Yes, a bit more high, but I'll be very surprised if the FA or the people who arranged this situation for us don't know, say, a bit more high. They know. And they still decided to go with this choice. I was trying to follow the conversation where I am, and there is very little we can do. I don't think we can do anything about our situation except to offer our support. But then we have to make it clear to the association, say, this is not the best of arrangements. And I will be very careful not to sound too pessimistic, because it's so late in the day. It's so late in the day. There isn't anything we can do about the Otoado situation. But we have to offer our support and wait and see what will happen. If it goes well, I mean, you wouldn't have a choice. You have to commend them for more or less taking a gamble or taking a risk. If it doesn't go well, we have to point it out to them, because it was a 50-50 situation. Me, that's how I see it. I have said I don't like the arrangement with the coaching situation. But me said, Penny was trying to give his best, trying to explain the kind of backroom stuff we have. Look, it doesn't wash. Let's not deceive ourselves. Chris Hilton is not in charge. He's not the one calling the shots. Didi Dramani is not in charge. He's not the one calling the shots. George Watson is not the one calling the shots. The back stops with Otoado. And if Otoado is not there, or if it is not Otoado who is taking the decisions, that is when these guys come in. But everything is on the lap of Otoado. That's why we talk. It's media, where we find ourselves now, there isn't much we can do, except to support the team and then wait and see what will happen. With the hope, say, things will go the way all of us are expecting. If it doesn't go that way, we shouldn't be afraid to tell the FA, say, the arrangement wasn't the best. And that's why we have reached this point. I have to be clear, say, me, on the whole, I have not liked the way the Black Stars is being managed. I think it's being poorly managed, especially under this administration. And my biggest disappointment is the sports ministry and the government, for that matter. I don't think that they have showed a lot of care in terms of managing what is a national asset. And perhaps if you stretch it to the larger picture, that is why maybe a lot of people are not happy with how government is handling certain things. In the sports sector, it is much worse, and we have to make it clear. I don't see how anybody can convince me. And Mibra Penny Eko has been making this point all the time. The sports ministry is asleep on management of the Black Stars relative to, for instance, their money issues, relative to something like the 2014 Brazil World Cup Commission, the ministry is asleep. And it didn't start now. It started right from after the commission finished their work. But it's in their white paper. And for me, that's a big disappointment. And
okay. All right, sure. So we will find time and deal with the blatant disregard for government white people and the commission's report. NDA for another day. But because hey, enemy of progress. Don't say blast idea. So we will find time and deal with that. Later. But
you are right.
Godfred,
maybe
let me do a thought on our current arrangement with Otuado and Dortmund. I am struggling to find out why someone who is just part of the technical setup cannot be released a week before the World Cup. I'm struggling to find out how we didn't negotiate to get him to join us in early to start his preparations even before the players join. Because mind you, some of the leagues are breaking out, players available. I won't say major leagues, players this weekend. But I'm struggling to understand why this arrangement was not done. But on the 14th, no, say, join the team, for me, which is a bit, belated. Government, are you also in the same dilemma with me?
Otuado issue the Bibia a confuse me kakra. World Cup ni adwuma bia enyo bia ne benya se adwuma ne biom. Nti se onya adwuma na ese ode ufu attention man. A lot of times when catch and say he's focused on the job with I agree with certain aspects. Say you bring benefits kakra from Niama Dortmund war away Juman Ubeka say na then Dortmund wa yini I know the say football minimum name say level na draw a bridge no and you be na draw ha Niama be bro mo ya yenya wa ha nti him being there might give us access to those things, but there must also come a point as I said baby ba I saw tears yes adwuma na because e adwuma kese pa wo me football no adwuma eso or born World Cup in some concession they say at least 1 week before the a free 1 or 2 years say me na me focus on no anka a bibia a no and we are sure like a doctor edwuma oye wo doctor enye to the point where doctor for because
all right, ready. A team from Fanche, a break in our, a Zoom link. Hopefully, we're reconnected with Dr. Gofra Kutubu for and after Jerome Motre. So I'll pick their thought on this one. But as you know, we can't. Before we call online.
I don't know what some of our journalists want. Omope, a sports ministry that will be fighting with the GFA, or a government that will be fighting with the GFA. And when I start here from 2014, that is the result of the Cameroon tournament. You see, so if you have a sports ministry, on a dream say, okay, this product is for me. But Brenya, you are managing it. You get what I'm saying? So any thought that a mayor or product, you are the first person of contact.
Yeah.
Because you are managing. The GFA are managing the Black Stars.
But maybe I'm trying to have a rule of law. White people say the sports ministry and the GFA are managing together.
Yeah.
But they are managing
GFA from
of course, that is why you have the Black Stars Management Committee and the FA.
I know who set it up.
The ministry has a representative. And the management.
But the FA ministry no age management no ashe GFA from Kwanza, which is contrary to the white paper. Oh, yeah, me understand.
Alaji Gruza is in the management because he's representing the
white
sports
paper
ministry.
Brenya, until I make about say a problem no cultural. Yem pemra.
Yenimra so.
Yem pekra. Until the end so. Meba. White paper no say. What about management no? What about management no? Management committee no. White paper no say. And this is bro 5. And so me 6. One was one make. And brasa be this no yem pe.
Yo, me bow.
Okay.
So white paper some no. Me I pay attention to. I dear friend the law. Me pay attention papa. Yem pem ra we krom ha. Yeah, management no. I don't know more 6.
Me point.
I'm not here to explain that.
I'm channel.
Hold on.
I'm on the floor.
Hold on.
But management has some no.
Echo.
Management no point. I don't know instead of 5.
Ko bisa
I
o.
don't dim one and brand so.
Echo nyabote. Hold on. Etifo bacho. Etifo mba. Guys, move hold on. Etifo TNT. O say you know back so that
To be at.
But also
na me be mo. Echo.
Yes.
But me be mo timase.
Solid.
Na yenye no in a very organized manner so that
yeah, but
they both flow.
Education.
I know where you're coming from.
Education should count.
Yeah, Echo, but listen, the
Aziz,
point I mean.
we'll be a question, but yeah, be focus too much on this derailing topic. You know, we want to do a the Emma Blasters now are in the tournament. Technically playing body and all. Management of the Blasters and the ministry's point of view, they so that should be
because
they call agenda be of pursue
rule of law.
And of course, you ever hobby, but at the end there,
I'm making
the
this
Blasters.
point because one of our
John Mochi revealed the issue.
Also with Jemu because when Jemu
listen.
I want the better.
Me and Jemu in the same.
Okay, the better.
Hold on.
Let me speak.
Man, making a point now.
This will become.
I'll come to you.
The point the point I will say, you are blaming the ministry and you are blaming the government. Yeah, no, you get what I'm saying? Then me as my own case because it is not true what you are saying. And now one and all.
Why? What's a girlfriend?
Yes.
Your kind.
He's listening to me. He's listening to me. So let me flow.
Your kind of cry.
Oh, he's listening to me.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you that you will chroma. We have a minister that is fighting the FA. You have a minister that say and that thing is causing problem for Black Stars. It's causing problem.
Hold on, Coco. Let me moderate it. Please, let me moderate it.
Echo.
Aziz,
yes.
What Jerome is saying is
yeah.
On kase ministry ni FA in Kontokwa, but at least play your supervisory role in a way that and yes, FA no any leeway to do whatever they want with the national team.
So what's he doing?
Oh, please, hold on. Aziz, hold on.
Yeah.
And I can give you examples
of
what has happened in the past. Amafufu said the ministry have allowed the FA to do whatever they want. For instance,
what is it? Yeah.
National team games or whatever, whatever it is. Sponsorship idea or the brand ministry on Kawasem. Oh, but he did not say anything to us.
Because he did not come out and tell you.
Journalists have raised questions.
Because he did not come out and explain.
Don't you think that they need that explanation?
No. Brenda, I think Aziz is making a point. And we will do this. Yeah, I deal with because there's a lot that we need to clarify on this show before we move on. Now, I'm going to break him back. Now, you and me having this conversation. All right, welcome back from the commercial break. I'm feeding down that Happy FM ETV. Of course, me to me nice me jai me panelists are we on the back of fan up you know. I'm saying pon show no. And we are going straight to the squad list of 55. This one about 26. Formation I'm Abba Jeffrey Schlopp and for particularly happy. I am say people close to Joseph Pento also give indication say player has been called that he's not going to Qatar. But I'm picking the thought of Jerome watching Godfrey Akotoboa for online. I'll come back into the studio so that we go on. All right. So I think they're back on the line. You have your thoughts on this one. All right. I mean, your thoughts, Sunny, on
what has happened in the last 8 or so days. First of all, in said by regulation, no say the 55-man list echo. But the DFA did not, inform us. I'm going to release 55, People felt certain when we release 55, it was just a PR gimmick. Because the minister of parliament, I will buy it as him. So we release this squad, last week Friday, just to kill the budget story. That's what, many people, think. Indeed, now I see this squad was about 26. Few days after that, players need being representatives, Kasa, say Afro. Have we managed all those processes well? If we say, what's the point in even announcing the 55-man when you can go straight to announce the 26-man squad? Well, what is your take on this one?
Bring her from the inside, I thought there be a Juma of Federation inside. A man inside be a ordinary journalist in now the idea. So there are a lot of things that go on. Such as Abia Obi or can list no ho. Abia we prakakra. And Abia there's something wrong with him. You have to be sure. Because this same federation ya the Sobuabo Museo, Mubebo list no. I feel you do match and there's 4 or 5 or 6 players anymore. So there are a lot of factors. To be fair, to say, Abia minister no call winning tea now. Germany for as we sit here now, 55 list almost almost where. So there are so to be fair unsa and sisu duase saying na manabanas. There are a lot of things. Sometimes chale Edding pa and Echo 26 no, coach I said there obi oho obe body list no on one man here.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the best practice.
Sure.
Omo ayabo omudin na among the 55 no unka ho a me feel say I say coach no efa phone efrel ebo man here.
Best practice.
Best practice. Because at least udu ebuo na enidie ama player no. But obi oho betumi abon 26 place omo wa man ya onka bibia wa bon squad yenko. But here bibre say obebo omo man.
Yeah.
Now, as coach, so Ejuma Edin, Enieu, now a bomb man. But that also tells you, say, the coach is consistently working. And out of win, in Profile 28 now, by from who from one, yes, catch and say, my friend, come team no who
also Chichimu,
also Chichimu, woman who say, Ebia, Umreba, say, Tina Mania, say, Tina Mania, say, Nabutre. Say Obi a junior player in Churchremuno Ndosu. Senior players there ding. Also to me Chrenumu. Obi o hobe to be a question.
Yeah.
Obi o hobe to me a
based on reasons I don't know.
Man a reason I see ebi awe me ya de say no. Adenti na wa say and it also nya botre na to me Churchrenumu. Adwuma ni bi ni a oto eya ye hu no. Ogusu o Dortmund ba o ye adwuma yi. So as it is, Eddie, yeah, exactly. Ebinumu so ufrena, semia young frena, semia reaction no.
Different.
Different. Mekai there was you call Afcon B. Anopana Avram Grant for Majid Waris say on call. Tournament
no.
Obviously, Obia wa hono mona yamfra wa obe
disappointed, yeah.
And inti ema boy no shaking kakra. Ema no call ni them, You are disappointed, obe call them. But at that same time, no, obi to say Rashid Sumaila, e po na mania no. He took it cool. After Rashid, training aye kono. No, near dear ni mukai cry or training honomudida. Obi ya drop no. Training you do honomana or a first. Not training no cry or ya no. A so saying niana or ya no before. And into that Abraham Frere coaches do bit of this boy, he's the first player I've seen who's been told news like this and he's more committed. So Mukai said, Mukai said, at that time, Yako tournament na player baku prayer. He Rashid Sumaila no friend share.
Okay.
He could have called Majid Waris. But that impression, Emma Tony Trim said, this boy has got a very different attitude. It's acceptable, say, you drop who are disappointed, not the idea. But your reaction subsequently, how you handle it and the rest. I feel, sir, Pencil himself, he has not handled the thing badly at all. On Kasa, the only thing I've seen of him.
Just yesterday night, he posted a picture of him and his team, boy, and the caption was very.
We moved to the match after
on Sunday.
I think it's a mature way of dealing with it. But I know beyond a bit to me, I said, look, your drop disappointment is huge.
Especially because of agency players.
Hold on there. Maminko online. Maminko Zoom.
Very shocked about.
Hold on. Maminko Zoom. I mean, Jerome watching in Jerome. 55. See, Ep3 26. Already news for Chrome said Schlopp is out, Pentel is out, and people are livid. People are angry, especially with the Schlopp and Pentel exclusion from the squad. Based on players yet it's a Omoko tournament, people are thinking say some of the players are not called on merit. Jerome, where do you stand on this one?
I have to clarify this position. The Black Stars is not for the Ghana Football Association. It is for Ghana as a state. The government has a responsibility to manage the Black Stars for the people of Ghana. So if people think that it is not being managed properly, we have to say it. I don't mind if Aziz disagrees with me, but I'm saying that I think the Black Stars is being managed
That's
poorly,
a fair point to make,
Now, going to answer your question, see, I am listening to Sandy carefully, and I'm saying that this is not the first time we are going to the World Cup. A lot of the stories we are being told, nobody should be deceived by those stories. If Germany at this point and submitted almost 55, that is Germany. It's a very poor example for Sandy to cite. That is Germany. What about Japan? What about Costa Rica? What about
he's online, but let him talk.
So the point I'm making is that I say when it suits us, then we will find some excuse. When it doesn't, we'll be criticized there. Then it's a problem.
Jerome, you've not
the 55, in my opinion.
You don't have is that I have seen it done from the inside.
Hold on. Let him make his point.
It's unique on its own. Because one country has named its squad, you have to name it. There are dates, timelines are there.
But his point is that
everybody does it based on their circumstance.
Hold on.
And then the other was Obiani reasons are hold on.
Jerome
I have not commented about whether if we want to wait till we play our first game and we release the squad. Me, I don't care. I don't really mind. And I have not spoken about the squad being delayed or not being released. I really don't mind. I am just saying that the way we are going about things, it's as if we've not done it before. Yesterday, I read Sunny writing that there is anxiety in camp as 10 more players are being,
they are yet to be informed about their fate.
I'm saying that all those drama, we don't need it. Because previous times that we've been to the World Cup, we knew how it was done. Don't speculate that way. And when journalists are talking about it, then it's as if journalists are rather creating a problem. But you are telling us that 10 players are in a state of anxiety. If I comment on that, then I am creating a problem.
I put this thing on my Twitter.
Hold on.
It's unfair.
Jerome, please, Sunny.
Has challenges with discipline.
Sunny, please.
See, I am not.
Hold on, Jerome, hold on. Let me make this point before we even go ahead. I have brought in this studio on this show sports administrators. That was our first edition. I have brought coaches on this show by my colleague journalists. I've taken the show elsewhere. Administrators were very disciplined. Coaches were very disciplined. Today on my show, the sports journalists, we are all over the place. So please, everyone should hold on. Please, everybody should hold on.
I'm listening to him.
Please, say there. Jerome. Let Jerome make his point. Hold on.
So the point I'm making is that
Jerome, please finish. Yeah.
the point I'm making is that if we want to wait till Sunday and announce it, I don't mind, because I think the FA has been clear on what they want to do. So I'm farming home. But what I'm saying is, if you then come out to write things, and Sani is an authoritative figure in our football setting. If Sani writes something with regard to what I just said, now as a journalist, a commentator, don't come and take on the journalists, because you've provided the fodder for them to say the kind of things they are saying. Now, that aside, the problem I have is not with the 55. The problem I have is the approach we are taking to announce the final squad. I think it's unnecessary, because at the end of the day, we still know the 26 players that will take to the World Cup. This thing of calling players to inform them, look, and that is why I have a problem with the way the team is managed. There's supposed to be a team culture. Why is it that the whole world, everybody is talking about Brazil when they release their squad? Is it because they are 5 times World Cup champions? Maybe. But it's also because they've had a way of doing things. Yeah. And everybody seems to like it. Ours, in my opinion, and I'll keep saying this until I see a change, I don't think we are managing the Black Stars the way it should be managed. We've been to the World Cup. This will be the 4th time. How did we name our squads years back? How were players told? There are too many stories and drama and charade around our team, which, in my view, it doesn't befit us. It's been made like we have some. I say this is the first time we are doing these things, and I'll keep saying it. It doesn't befit our status as a country that has been to the World Cup 3 times before. We have had players called to the senior national team to play for the Black Stars before. There was a way we did it. Some are saying that it is today that we have, a huge social media space. And so a lot of the things are being seen or even blown than previously we did it. The point I'm making is that let us have a proper team culture when it comes to, if it is player selection, if it is squad naming, if it is winning bonuses, appearance fee, whatever it is. Let's have a proper team culture. If not, near twice to say, yeah, I'm telling you, one day it will get out of hand, like it did in 2014. Sure. Look, we had prepared the ground for the embarrassment in 2014. Only that we are not a people who learn. We are not a people who want to obey. Be disciplined in the way we do our things. Okay. And that's why I agree with Eko. Anytime he takes on these issues, that is where it starts from. If we are not ready to go by laid down principles and ways of doing things and bring it into our way of life, we're always going to do things anyhow. And I'm telling you, once it is not the national interest we are promoting from where I sit, it will come to a point where the real interest will embarrass us. And we'll come back, set up a commission, and we'll not work with it. That's all we've been doing.
All right. Point well made. I'll give you 30 seconds to respond, and I'll go to
just him or
everybody. Everyone
let me respond quickly. Well, Jerome Ekano, be unfair on me. Niamete and I type. First of all, me GFA official.
Okay. We are in charge of propaganda machinery. I
know. Me GFA official. Okay. Secondly, to say Sanya ono also T in sama audito Twitter media handle no. And no have been a media to me Twitter handle no. And then how else do you want the federation to do this? Do you think, sir, it is the coach who is telling people, sir, I've told people I've dropped him? It's the players who are telling their agents, and their agents are telling their friends in the media, and their friends are putting it there. It's the same way, BBN society. It's the same way people are told, but the change is that, say, the media space has become more available, it has become more vibrant, it has become more available. So, Obi Ohonomo, just the day, pencil was taken out. Within 5 minutes, sir.
It was out.
One of the close guys to him, he phoned me. He phoned me and told me, said, the boy has been dropped. I'm not aware. I said, is it true? I said, no, crap. Player not friend me. Obviously, only you say. But it depends. So how can you expect the GFA to control that? It's impossible.
Sonny,
So
I am
sometimes
not,
we have to appreciate these things
not-
and not
I'm not expecting
try
the FA
to
to
put
control
it
this.
on put a blame on the people who are blameless. Let's be fair. It is a coach about Amani say, ebia mini untimi nko. Now obi di aba beto abonte. How do you blame the coach or the FA for that?
Well, thank you, Sonny. Thank you.
He said
Yeah.
because of that, he inferred, sir, because of that, we are not doing things well. We are not calling our players well. But this is
hold on. He's talking about team culture, Sonny. If you heard him more,
in journalism, you have to be accurate.
No,
hold on.
You also have to read from inferences.
Yeah, but
you
you have to be
cannot.
accurate.
This
You
is
never mentioned the coach.
he's inferring.
Like you said, team culture.
He's inferring. Said the call up is haphazard. It's not true.
no, but you also would agree, Sonny, that because of the current FIFA laws that has moved the squad list from 35 to 55, we've got a lot more players, and we need to be tactful
We're in 30
how
seconds.
we deal with it. Aziz was shocked that Schlop didn't have a film, pencil, the other say film. Let me pick your reaction and go to online. Yeah.
I'm even getting a fever out of it.
Wow.
Yes, because everyone.
What do you want to say?
Me just here because Otuado, you want to make a mark. Yeah, Ghana are making mark in the World Cup before.
Quarterfinals, yes.
Wow. So on pressure done so, and then me Aziz, as a supporter of the Black Stars, or as a Ghanaian, no, I've seen it before. I've seen it in South Africa. I've seen it in Germany. You get it. So, player like Schlop, who drop on what basis? Oyari.
Agency.
Oyari. And I never now turn so.
I can infer say player or in the corner better than Schlop.
Who? Player Ben.
I can only infer.
There's no player in the current Black Stars who is more utility player
Than him.
that he can play at every position. I watch him. I have this thing. Wherever Ghanaian players are playing piano, whenever Ghanaian players are, this Schlop can play 3, can play 5, can play 4, can play 2, can play 6, can play even striking role.
Even 11.
For your team. You dropped him. Already, I don't have faith in that coach.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, I don't have faith in that coach. I said it before he was appointed, and I will say it, and Mesa to us on them. I don't have faith on him. I've seen coaches. And what Sani said, and our colleagues are just putting it behind us. It is, I understand that Otuado is the Otuado that called a shot. But the brain behind the game himself, I think, is the backroom staff.
Hold on, I'm call Dr. Gofra Kotobo.
That is my opinion.
Doc, whether that's us and joining back on Zoom.
Major also. What do you mean?
Meto Nkapa is even better than it used to be. The conversation about dropping players and team culture and how we are going about it and the whole circus and drama, it is becoming a bit funny. I don't know from your perspective. Now we can say on authority say Schlop encore, Penton encore, based on the encore for Eka, the agent, the Obekan, Penton, we know that they are not going. What would be the justification for dropping these two? Can you phantom a reason until these two are not going?
I think from my experience in the American, your squad selection, no, indicate your ambition at the World Cup, which is a first round near Befi. Because from baby I'm meeting any experience, no, coach be anywhere or World Cup or cry again, posse or Conanima or drop a player to say Jeffrey Schlop. Or drop a player to say Joseph Pencil, purely on the basis of quality now player and the debano. World Cup near one of those tournaments where I'll be to me say, oh, player no, or be to me abuami intimate the
Yeah.
Everybody must have a certain level of quality. Football has moved on. Debbie Amikasa say World Cup started born in 1930. Adena a crew
Very small country Spain area, yeah.
8 countries spend World Cup.
Yeah.
I didn't hear. Now check the profiles of some countries. Any players on what they call World Cup. I am on town for squad group no. in Diagro. One thing they don't play around is the general quality. Yeah, in my estimation, no, Michelle squad, no, I mean, say unconfirmed, pool no or there. But if Slop and Pencil won't make it, who is making the squad? And quality Benas and Nipanu crack chain, Slop, and I say Pencil. Ewo omu position him. I'm hoping say no omu mbekono. Ebia omu at the same level, and I say omu broso. Although at this point, you know, me say that nim almost microphone. Ebia nim be to me a guy me. And it simply tells me say, yet here one say that say you World Cup. They say ebia technical group no at here say you ambitious you World Cup with there. You can manage team no for group stage no. Now you are twice and rebuilding. So because medical can say team with the team a rebuilding phase. Into ebia omo the World Cup no rebuilding process no for next big tournament ebeba. But say Jebeka say, oh, team way a team able to make impact. We World Cup. Me they say personally, say GD need because Osha group now. And I think say yeah, near fika cow board. You to me, ebia yebeja acquire for surprises 1 or 2 be. Ebi kana slop ako. Ebia no ko. Ebia almost say I'm doing this week.
Yeah.
Based on the SC. Ebia no ko. You to me see Chrome had the when it comes to these things, you know. But as I sit here in the party, me who say ambitions near a form kaka, and based on Aziz Akacho, we are a country that have always gone to the World Cup to do well. Team no me in Brazil, na sani wo ho, ye na ye wo Brazil. E wo mu say go di nkwasi asem de. E na ne ma bi esi akwan mu. But team near the core Brazil, a
solid team,
player for player. Yeah. Team to me World Cup semi-final without any problem. Ghana need a big cast as much as team near na age na ball player for player. And they say na players didn't hold players no. Yeah, team near and I am a discipline so I but me to me a squad way automatically I can tell you that this is not a team able to me who the need na bomwa able to me na waka say make us second round. This is a first round. This is a group stage team.
Sure.
In team already no my say oh yeah kobo na yaba.
3 matches maximum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 3 matches. Yeah. Team where there 3 matches tournament. It's our team where there 3 matches team and more than 3 matches at the World Cup. And no mame edi otoado hu ya kakra because young coach anytime they be support Aziz say as a German on far the serious. Even so, German no, even though or a Ghana no, on your Ghana need to the point of we nasi. I'll be brave enough to say on yanti what the World Cup means to Ghana for. Ebia the way I know the World Cup as a professional, no, yeah, very emotional about the World Cup. Ebia no emotional, but yeah, the Chrome had the World Cup no. You're very emotional about it, and it is something that Otohado has not yet come to understand. And it's a man for bisa questions because for us, no, you say, oh, you're Kobobi, and I wish especially when we can see, say, play away the so kubia, or Kunia, they are so between the number, said, 10 minutes, we free now the slop bar quality near pay. But I say, where you slop, what do we have now? We already know Yadi, into the Onyadi in the free, why never? And that is the issue people have with him. At least, and when there's an opportunity, we know, Mauhu, the best opportunity to do well. The best opportunity to do well means you take the best available players and build your squad around it. Means our notion of me build the meeting, meaning the bebo, I mean, but we can also point at you, say, at this level, no, a club footballer are different. But national team level, there, you know some of these players who make it. And the question I always ask is, I won't say different dynamics, but player quality is the same. If as a talent scout that he used to be, say so assistant coach, but Ejwana now in the talent development anyway, he is given a choice to recommend players to Borussia Dortmund. Is he telling me in this day and age, say he will look at Jeffrey Schlupp and recommend him, whoever it is he's calling, as a recommendation to Borussia Dortmund? And I said, so I recommend the wingers. I'm a Dortmunder. Obehe Joseph Penslenim. And to me, is playing actually Sebastian Kiel, technical director. Say, Brad Sebastian Kiel. Sir Joseph Penslenim don't say that I this. because me feel say a free year ban here better. Are you going to be able to justify a free year ban here over John Pace to Sebastian Kiel? It won't work. I'm sorry, I'm just using a free year ban here, but I'm just saying. What I say? Or how are you going to make some of these justifications? And it's not to be just justifications now. About the saying that Utumidi and Uri national team name. So what he needs to, I said, the Utuado Tiasia in term, they say football need dear massa, krumha, ye emotional, ye rational, and ya feeling no baby analysis. But I dare by quiet Tiasia, so you need to winning ball. Say qualifier, you better experiment and not see. But say World Cup, Yakoba World Cup, you need to see a Uruguay match, you need Korea match, you need Portugal match. Ukra players are Omukra, sa level of form where it's okay. And to the idea, we be to me about we be to me, we be to me, we will free one out the way about. I always say, play one World Cup match. It's sending over 6 league matches in one. Tactical variations, the dorsal, emotional levels near different, energy levels near different. It's World Cup one match, no thing. That is why every country, per se, or did the best available players and echo. Now, then I say, you said that a wiki team, no matter the excuse they will make to send some of these players, it is quite obvious the team has been weakened by the absence of any team that loses Jeffrey Slop from it at this moment in the form that he's in a country like Ghana. This is not 2006 Ghana. This is not 2010 Ghana. This is not even 2014 Ghana. If we were able to drop Jeffrey Slop from 2014, and no crab here, no Leicester, no a striker, or Leicester. And then Jeffrey Slop now are holding me for that 2014. Or not did Leicester a qualify by Premier League, signing that you know, he was one of the top strikers in championship football at the time, 2014. You're dropping. Nobody had an issue because we had the quality. We were dropping Abdul Majid Waris and Co, like Sandy said. This day and age, look at who we are dropping. We are dropping Jeffrey Slop, and the consideration is who? I'm sorry, but some of the analysis, let it make sense. And the only thing I'll finish up with is, if you find it surprising, send us anything as an excuse to Jerome there. Or no, a journalist or can ask it. Indeed, memo be and finding the energy, or no expressing opinion, the way you'll be expressing opinion. All those are the himself who feel like change, you know. They all can be
or join it Twitter and so or feel as you will be
almost surprising.
All right.
Surprising.
Go for it.
Understand, say we are emotional. He should take the best players available and stop me share way that if it is true and away we must support no. Currently we take those who can help you. And yes, I did this first round agenda now or they connect. As of Pentem, because as a coach in any Black Stars coach in any me said who the papa unless I don't know me who the papa.
And well said. Sinako, where you I saw Bakay. Go for a senior to now. Say,
senior to say,
yeah, it's also senior.
And I brap in you crowd now. I am mate.
I say them watching my class. Moody second.
Oh, they say champions. I say I'm a bit Jimmy.
Okay.
Last time I now Musu.
Oh, present you.
Last time I no Musu. And they
serve a living God.
Yeah, GBC.
Yeah, last time no Musu.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because also near Godfrey kind now. Before I get to near Godfrey kind, Sandy can send me about Otuado very unfair. Say, Sandy, sorry, Aziz. Say, or feel say, ne Otuado the backroom staff moment at one. No, that's all. Oh, could tell you if I pro.
So what?
And on that chain, you don't just get it. And you're there, did you check?
Must come to something.
And your connection to say Ghana, I'll bet you. So, yeah. And you know, and on that chain. But Godfrey, Dr. Godfrey, I could to our boy. Your car about Otuado in a effect.
Okay.
There's a cause for it.
What is the cause?
Cause, and then they say, Sandy, Aziz at Nadam Fupa. Mustafa issue.
Isif.
What Tom?
And Mustafa issue. Mustafa Yusuf.
What Tom Blasters?
I didn't issue.
Ama Ketokreku.
How?
GFA. Man can GFA. What Tom a GFA? Headed by Ketokreku. Now what national asset no po wa ton man na selection na wo benye bi.
Brenya.
Or you in charge of selection.
National team selection.
Black Stars na nkasa mpo no. Black Stars na nkasa.
You give me
opportunity.
opportunity.
Me 30 seconds now. Omo ayo mu de awie.
You give me opportunity.
Why you de awie?
Because the same thing, a community, this a sister station. Echo.
Memory so san German.
Yeah.
Memo time.
Yes, I'm crying.
It's the same thing.
Memo,
2014. The same thing. The same thing. The same person about a free anchor.
Me time aso, mbacho.
A free anchor. The same thing.
Dr. Dampare will groom.
Omo bra bi so
By now, I
aba.
said Dr. Dampare small me ko fa. Sports minister no. What Tom national asset.
This is an indictment.
My selection is saying.
Na me nka bio na
Correct him.
minister na nkasa nte.
This is an indictment.
Dr.
Oton say.
What Tom national mama exact time or Tom.
Oh, you can be a discipline.
Also mama nka. Hey.
And you make
the Brazil bubble match.
Yeah.
Black Stars and national asset and a private.
National.
Okay. It's Black Stars no a war state no. And minister no, sports minister no. Atoma DFA headed by Ketekruku Ntino. DFA for a ton rights to watch Black Stars na national asset no. I'm a private company. DFA no dem kwai no mo wa on beton national asset. A whole right I'm a private company. Yan Toma
Yes,
na.
omo managing team. You managing
Me
the
pacho asset no a national asset. DFA ni only Black Stars.
Yeah.
Nti eba ne say no asset na ni wo mo no omo koton wo part. O kai si wo met me kwakotu hu tai aton am obi. Enye krofo. Enye kroni na obobo me. Ne no answer wa twama ni ma police station fo ma twemi sesi a. Na asset na ni wo no. Esi na wotumi wo minister na wo ye tua uka o. Ye Ghana fo tua uka say hwe so man na waton ama GF fo. Ama GF fo so aton part of it. I'm a private company.
It means a factor.
Ma say some no kra ne say GF fo de to omo say omo app no omo app.
Yeah.
Nti obetuma to ho. National team asset no. National asset no then na GF fo etumi ton ho part.
So omo the guarantees come Black
Stars. Me patch say ani wo omo.
Okay.
Nti ade ani wo betuma akoton.
Debi.
Enye kra no.
Hold
One
on.
of my authorization say GF fo no and ton ema private company. SAS sports minister ya.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Dr. Dampare in the for. They should go get the minister.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, agrada chin, scaffing, go for grad. Now we are going national asset. No, down them all. Oh, remember.
Watch him.
I remember.
Watch him.
Or a lawmaker.
I
don't know what that is lawbreaker. Question I saw me coming here.
Watch him.
Me can also that man or Tom.
Watch him.
Watch him. Aha. Question I be saying me no.
Watch him.
Not me say and I say that man or Tom match no. That's why me can say course no. Say doctor can.
I'll come to you.
Effect. Course no. Ending your marking. Sports minister not Tom Black Stars no. I'm a GFA for. Enti omanya to GFA no selection there. Don't pay bia number. Enti na agency players woman. Nyenti obi tisa shlop ni Joseph Pencila Aziz Ntia say no enim because of say ya Tom Black Stars ni mpo ama your friends Ketekroku na selection na obenya biaka.
And one minute agency players no.
What say?
1 minute agency
players Baba Raman. Me who kra bo say yan frɛ Chama Bafo ene Benjamin Tete. Your friends say under 23 team.
Philemon. Okay.
Yes.
Baba Rahman agency
Baba Rahman, me ba mi we. Baba Rahman obeko. Ono obo lower tier o. Obo baby ajefi stop bobo ono obo ball sin. Baba Rahman o lower tier enso obeko. Jeffrey Slot bet my boss her position better than Baba Rahman on Swanko. Because I get the group boy and to walk. That's an example. So, and I'm saying you are Tom Black Stars and man selection there nothing. And all those other players are on the positions on the board. I buy get the group interest no. I got the woman and the Dr. Akoto air candy effect. Near Chairman Abanis and say, Minister not Tom Black Stars and JF.
Okay. I want you to me perceive distance station no. Oh, asema. The minister is taking him.
Okay,
hold
on.
Minister will take it.
Hold on. Before you say that, comment here, a comment.
I am pass so.
I want to take myself out of those comments. I want to take
He
the
must be
station out of
arrested.
this
Me so I'm saying, sir.
He should be arrested.
Me so I'm saying, sir. Me free her, me friend minister catch him.
Oh, if I'm going.
I'm going to
I'm
push
not saying
minister.
picking it up. He should
I'm
be
going
arrested.
to push minister to take
Oh,
call to court.
no, minister now for slow.
But on the serious note,
Kai.
echo. On the serious
And
note,
you come on your tia kabana ya chino.
okay, me the go. It's just okay. You have to be disciplined. On the serious note, echo. You see, I think so.
Your final word on this show, because the time is so. Your final word on the show. Me point
Then that's what we need biana.
Ubi your final word.
Okay, my final word is I think so. Echo, we have to be a little bit serious when it comes to Black Stars
And team selection and call-up.
Because you see, we all know, say, the coach of the Black Stars is in charge of calling the players. Fine, I mean that is because ono na obeba abubodin. Ye ko school, ye wo school ni na no. Ye try exam we are one did ye exam eba. Either is in charge or not in charge. I believe say it's not in charge. I believe say it's backroom staffs no, the assistants no. They are more in charge than him. Ono no mo share no mo dey amano. But we should also be careful say Otuado doesn't take Ghana serious. And I said it and I will repeat it. Say the way things is looking, we are going to just participate on the World Cup, but we are not going to make any mark. My last statement is even though we have only one Ghana, I Ghana Black Stars. I'm a fan of Schlop. I followed him. Meaning in Casada. They share our tournament in Casa on Honda. You didn't be quite fine. We still have to support our Black Stars. And make sure, say, whatever supporter your man in SDMA, supporters must go to the World Cup. Yepa. Oh, you're paying person.
Oh, time and also Qatar for several requirements.
No, but they have done everything.
Okay.
They have done everything. Well, we qualify the World Cup not today.
I know today. Said there are people like now.
Kempon has been in. He's still in. No, it's not back.
I know he's back.
No, he's supposed to be back like yesterday or so, but it's not back. He's still there working things around. We need to support the Black Stars. And supporting the Black Stars, as I say, Bimuka Krumha. Nebi.
Sorry, final.
Emotions near too high.
Because this is the Black Stars. This is the World Cup.
But sometimes also I will say rational.
Okay.
Yeah, what's a irrational? For instance, a player like Pencil.
Yeah.
He's a player. Time Obiani Nanosono. I knew the sort of talent the guy had. And if there's anybody in this country that monitors Ghanaian players than me, name that person. Ghana ni player bien ni who are children or television so we are simo ha. Me te me office ho nima me hunuda me show mo matches na. And the same applies to Schlop. But yenya butre. Omo kasa no yenya butre ni team fee coach na kasa nenum.
I'm told some Monday will be a press conference.
Se coach no be press conference no one kasa.
Actually inti on
yen bisa no. Adenti na we wo ho. We any ho. So that obema nenum kasa. But say you be influences say what Fred. Look, me my insider da. So I know. I thought they be a your performance nkwa. You what niema bebre ka ho a ye to me fair player.
That is Schlop the discipline.
Oh, Minka so be indiscipline. I know they Minka so be.
How about?
Of course. Oh, you be who did football here. On the face of it, you know, you say. But I was say based on me Niamehu from inside, you know. was say ye be in judgment krana yenya abotre ne entie nia coach ne beka nkyerɛkyerɛ mu ɔde bɛma yɛn sɛ ɛtɔ sumu a ne yafa sɛ ɛtɔ sumu nso a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ in conclusions but yenya abotre ɛwɔ team so because ne ayɛ kan nyinaa no ɛwɔ nso ɛwɔ team no so te sɛ ne Aziz kan yɛn Ghana baako pɛ okay yɛbɔ din na yɛbɔ on the 14th no twam a 26 na yɛde akɔ no umpo ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi taa team n'akyi sɛ coach no ɔkɔ na ɔyɛ ne yie a yɛbɛgyegye no so sɛ ankɔ ne yie nso a yɛde soboɔ no bɛyɛ dɛn ɛbɛbɔ no sɛ ebinom ka sɛ oh wei na ɛde ne play ahyɛm coach na ɛwɔ so hunu sɛ obi na ɛde ne play ahyɛm mu a ɔno ɛdumrɛ no a he will carry the can ɛnyɛ obiara so he has to be aware but Ghana for misrɛ sɛ yɛmfa support no entire team n'akyi ɛna rumors ni innuendo ni ayaka ebinom ka nsɛm koraa ɛnyina so te sɛ nea me nua panyin ɛka sɛ ministry no atɔn team
ayampa
ɛnya no brenya emra wɔ hɔ te sɛ ɔno se emra moma ndi mra so emra no ɛwɔ extent a ministry no betumi akɔ sɛ GFA dealing in football terms a FIFA and CAF any GFA no ndile and nti tumi bi wɔ hɔ a ɛbɛwɔ FA no hɔ a any kwan sɛ minister no ɛbɛyɛ dɛn interfere wɔ FA no adwuma mu ɛno nso nkyerɛ sɛ ebia FA no bibia FA no bɛka bia no na minister na ayɛ dɛn wagye atom dabi me I'm personally aware sɛ there have been moments of frictions ne tensions ne kasakasa abem ɛni tɛ yɛ a yɛnya abotrɛ yɛhu sɛ ebia ɔmo aba radio so ko ntɔkwa na kyerɛ sɛ they don't disagree.
Point well made. Mame nkɔ ahoma no so na mema Jerome so the final words on the show. Jerome, where you have the final word on the show. So
I
wrap up.
I agree with Nani on his concluding aim. The fact that the minister and the FA bosses in the public domain disagreeing doesn't mean they don't disagree. They do disagree. You see, the point is that the ministry isn't doing what they're supposed to do. It's not about fighting in public or disagreeing in public. I mean, I'm not interested in that. I'm not convinced they are doing that work. And until I see it, I will say it as I am seeing it now. Now, the other thing with selection, not until the FA president gives us reason to believe that he doesn't interfere in selection, we will believe that he interferes in it, because he made it clear to us that not under his reign will a coach have the independence to select players. And we've seen
and this is on record. This is on record.
Yes. And we've seen evidence of that. Sike Akuno confirming that he didn't have the free hand to select players. He said it's public knowledge, and we knew it. And for that reason, the Black Stars will continue to be as we see it, because it is not a team that players are selected based on merit. It is a team that players are selected based on who is the FA chairman and what he wants done in the team. And Mimaka said, it is disgraceful. We don't have to accept it, because for a very long time, that is not what we have been used to when it comes to the Black Stars. I am not saying that previous FA bosses did not have influences or did not have choices. But even if they did, it wasn't in our faces like we are seeing it. Like the whole FA boss telling us that he won't allow coaches to make decisions alone. Then why are they coaches? Are you the coach? Then take up the responsibility of the coach. If you have interest or some influences, keep it behind the cameras so that we don't even see it, we don't even hear it. But if you pitch it right in our faces, and then we go back to see evidence of what you are saying, I will not have confidence in your leadership. And I will always question it until you convince me that you are not doing the kind of things that you said you will do. Enti Brenya, what happened there? Like Godfred was saying, we are very passionate about it. And Otoadu should be made to understand that whether he names the squad or he doesn't name it, we are going to be passionate about whatever choices he makes. And we'll talk about it. Let nobody make it look like we talk about it because we don't like the team to be successful. No, we want the team to be successful. But we also feel that there's been a way of doing things. And this administration is deviating from that way of doing things. And we always have to constantly remind them that your national team, it's not their club. You see, that distinction has to be made. It is not a club belonging to the Ghana Football Association. It is a football team owned by the people of Ghana. And we will always want to protect that interest Ghanaians have in the Black Stars, and not a few individuals who, by election, are managing the team for us. We need to make that clear to them. And if there's evidence of a change, we will point it out to our viewers and our listeners. So if there is not, we will constantly remind them that they have to do the right things.
Jerome Wachimedas, Mamima, Gofra Kutuba for Dr. Gofra Kutuba, so wrap up on the show. Go for your final words.
Oh, my final words is next week is not going to. And Kayena near Penese, Yebeconia idea. You the Pavetta team nechi. And thereby, Sunday kind say after Monday, which I have a finish time on my boss squad, and yes, Sunday, we finish on my boss squad on Monday, very late. Umburia, one Ghana near Deco. Focus in our best shift from one as I say, to team, how well they'll perform. But as some societies say, we'll judge them based on the decisions that they have made. How many years are decisions from? In general, you be susuom. But see, and Chelsea, what your empire bonds to say, corner, Nkugu, Agron Nkugu. Inti Yanta Mechi, the best football that they can play. I represent Ghana pedigree. World Cup.
Governor, Okampai boy, and throughout the week, me show so Okampai was and promise na ye ne empire no be benefit agency players we go benefit and even empire kra
yeah we benefit
and I mean that Storm energy drink as say boy Storm Puma near week drinking water and they almost dey Qatar na dey chain say and also to product ni be the phone number be go the corner ho na auto fa *780# na select option 2 na want me Qatar kra omo actually be the ma TVs fridges microwaves ovens ne mobile phones ne bebre o kan won say in share akra bi eka ho ebie so Casa properties almost some body on trust almost properties no any in dollar enti ayden dollar no cost can affect you almost 2 bedroom 3 bedroom 4 bedroom in very beautiful locations Mr. Lagos Avenue East Legon na ni omundi nkomo payment plans no so fine pa from on 0302 960865 WhatsApp also on 0553 697886 and or record double promo FA8 diploma to 3 to 12 month subscriptions either 4 months 5 months 6 months I'm the actually 1700 na aba I'm the check out the aye couples away for me ensa e ko Dubai the other year say subscription pin no fakọ star 844 star 8 hash star 844 star 8 hash na we someone chawa there the 8 aye fit December and a bet winner say ho chira ba enti ne mo bo am obi aye winner o download your app na say o your first deposit am 100% bonus asamo 750 Ghana cedis egu obotomu enti be sere wa ko bet winner download your app no or Google Play Store on iOS and so be bi o na say ko betwinner.com.gh eko final words na yen wrap up na yen so redwumadi no so
me that's pa yeah cover rule of law. Okay, and Tina Yanko baby, I form no. Management committee, no, like white paper and the kind. I say it shouldn't be more than 5.
Yeah.
I don't know, or 6, they say. So, young person be dim Rassuntino. Anthony Yaka form no. And then Dan Cheng, you say management of all the national teams, or some ministry, no, any FNA, Momun Jama FN. As a minister, we a buyer, we Jama FN. Why? And I may come back some of the causes. Minister by first match at Ghana, Uzbekistan. After that, the under 23 Kobo, Japan, any Korea. So okay, I'm back with cricket score deficits. From that time, and Ansana Yakobo Kirin Cup with a Chile Moon in our account will be From that time, you couple Brazil about your friend saying
Nicaragua.
In so matches now you're born in Sky and away. Before I bought an international friendly match, be a Koda minister on the desk. Without the minister say so, you bomb match. I didn't think that's why honest. I don't know when you're transparent about how much I got in from all those friendly matches are. Yeah, boss, since I'm minister nearby. And the minister need to me find two. And yet, if you do matter, I'm going to go. And your minister need to so because he's there on our behalf. Ghana for taxes near different. Now, oh, by our own F4 I Canada album. Ghana for national interest. No, I bet you 2 hours. Who signs a crooked GF4 album I back against the interest of the nation.
You're calling it crooked GF.
Oh, yes, that one who and I cited it, say national interest, national asset. Almost me turn national asset. Right of national asset.
Okay.
Am a private company. I benefited from it. Why? And you're crooked.
Oh,
I didn't think the minister also is.
Maybe that's it.
Yes, me picked up. And I'm not going. Say,
Uh,
go ahead, Mayor Juma. Minister also picking it up. For selling the national asset.
Thank
you very much.
At least I'm a footer. I'd be happy in ET for TV, the ET for you and your phone in Abedase. Very standing there.
15 minutes now, so.
You trim 15 minutes, cry, go over 20 minutes.
And now, me negotiate here 15 minutes. And now, the papa 15 minutes, I'm a papa. And now,
Jerome, a girlfriend, I could go for joining us via Zoom. Sunny, thank you very much. I appreciate it. To the production team now for making this possible, that's it, bro. Aha, and the Jumadi and the Simpany for from the directors to everyone involved in this production in the Master Yamin Shamo. We'll be back again with more. Bye-bye.